Hello, everyone. Welcome to T.E.R Teachers Consultancy. My name is Tarina Young Davis, and I am the owner of this challenge, and it is such a privilege to have you here with me. So, tonight we will be having the first of many live interviews. And my interviewee tonight will be Dr. Iyke Oti. He is a biology teacher here in the UAE. He will be sharing his experiences with us. And with no further ado, let me welcome Dr. Iyke to T.E.R Teachers Consultancy YouTube channel. Hello, Dr. Iyke. How are you?
Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching from. It's my
Yes,
pleasure to be with you this day. I'm so much excited to be with you.
I am equally excited as you. Trust me, it is such a great opportunity to have you on my platform to share your experiences, not only with me, but to my audience, my subscribers. Thank you so much again. And we are streaming live, and we will be taking some questions as we go along from our subscribers. We will be taking questions, mostly at the end, because I want to give you an opportunity to share your experience with us. Okay? So, without any further ado, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my name is Dr. Iyke Oti. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a biology teacher in the UAE. Okay, my first degree in biology was from Nigeria, and then later I had my postgraduate certificates from University of Nottingham, UK. And yes, other things about me will be coming through as we go into the
Yes.
program.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have so many subscribers here who are from Nigeria, and I know that they will benefit greatly from this interview. But before we go any further, I just want to say hello to all my subscribers and my friends that are joining us here. I am seeing hello from Volcano, official Volcano TV, Juba TV, Simple Things, my dear friend. And I'm also seeing greetings from Anita, Nadia, Stay Motivated, Murray. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you so much. So, my first question is, how long have you been teaching in the UAE, and what caused you to become an international teacher?
How long have I been in teaching in the UAE? Okay, I came to the UAE in May 2013, and it's been close to 9 years now. And I started teaching 2 months after I came into the UAE. That's around July. Yeah, it's the start of a new academic year. And how or what made me to take up international role as a teacher, as an international teacher? Well, teaching back home hasn't been encouraging. I come from a country where teachers are not that regarded. So I thought at the time it was time for me to, move on with my professional life, get to meet new people, improve my, you know, widen my horizon in terms of teaching. And yes, I made some research and I thought UAE would be a good place for a start, seeing that this place is like a hub where you meet people from different nationalities, people from, the Western world, people who are
Yes,
the developed world. They're actually all over here teaching. So I thought this place would be a good ground for me to, get to meet some of those people, widen my horizon, sharpen more of my professional life. And I can tell you, it's been a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much. That is so similar to my reasons of moving here to the UAE as well. And as you said, not only professional development, but also personal development. And I like the term that you use, to widen your horizon, because sometimes we get so comfortable in our comfort zone, or where we are, that we are afraid to branch out, to widen our horizon. But I'm happy that you shared that you did your research, and the UAE, it was like the perfect place to start your international teaching career. And did you use a recruitment agency when you started out, or this was like an independent research for you?
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you just 1 or 2 minutes story about my coming to the UAE. I
Yeah.
came in here actually. I came prepared actually. I had done all that I was supposed to do in terms of attesting all my credentials and all that. So when I came here, I got uh, some discouragements from some people because of you know, the nationality problem and all that. They said
Yeah.
it might be difficult for you to teach here and all that, but I didn't take no for an answer. So what I did was I said, no, I'm not gonna do any other job. I'm a qualified teacher, so I should be in the classroom.
Exactly.
And so I went out in search of jobs, and what I did was to tell one of my friends, a church member, and I told him, "Can you take me to so 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 place?" And then, to cut the whole story short, my first visit, the first school I entered to submit my CV, when they looked at my CV, they didn't even think about it twice. And they told me that they were going to interview me
Yes.
immediately. And then an interview was held. So back to your question, I didn't use any, I didn't use any agency or anything. It was just, a personal effort.
Okay, okay, very, very inspiring story. And the thing is, most of my subscribers and supporters, they're always asking about agencies. Are you getting a feedback from me?
No, I think you're fine.
You're fine? Can someone type in the chat if you're hearing a feedback? I think I'm hearing a little feedback. Hopefully it's not. Hello, welcome Georgia. Welcome Simple Things. Thank you for joining. Yes, there's a feedback. Let me adjust my microphone. Maybe it's a little bit too loud. And let me know if you're hearing it again. Yes, feedback. Okay, I will continue to speak and you just let me know if you are hearing it, okay? So as you mentioned, Doctor, is that you did not use an agency, you did your own independent research. And some persons will feel that they are limited because not much agencies will, let me put it this way, some agencies would require teachers from specific countries. And here you are letting us know that you can apply, you can do your own independent research. You can send out your CVs to schools yourself. And I'm happy that you're sharing this with us. I'm still hearing a little feedback, and I hope it's not very distracting. Okay. My other question is, when you relocated here to the UAE, when you moved to the UAE, other than getting a little bit discouraged from persons you're close with, or persons from your country, are there any challenges that you face as a teacher teaching here in the UAE?
Well, the first time I went into the classroom, of course, you know that the classroom here and back home is quite a little bit different. Okay,
Yes.
so there were some adjustments as a professional that I needed to do. And those times were times that I faced a little bit challenging time in terms of adjusting to the environment, adjusting to the culture, adjusting to the way things are run in the country, meeting new kids and all that. But I can tell you, it's nothing much different. It's just a matter of adjusting. A good thing, I come from a country where we have like 50% Christians and 50% Muslims. So this country is a Muslim country. So
Yes.
I'm a Christian. So coming in here, as a Christian, you needed to adjust in certain things, the way you dress, the way you behave, the way you talk, and all that. But I can assure you that it was a quick adjustment for me because already, like I told you, I come from a country where we have like 50% of Christians and 50% of Muslims, or more than
Yes.
even 50% of Muslims. So I already know some of those backgrounds and all that. So I think it's been quite a good experience for me as well in terms of meeting and working with this variety of people.
Yes, okay. Thank you. And what I realized too is that you have to have a change or set growth mindset when you are planning to teach abroad. You have to come with the mindset that in spite of the challenges, you will be able to push through. And that is what I'm getting from you as well. We will find some challenges because, as you said, teaching back home in our own countries, being a Jamaican, being an expat here as well, it is a totally different atmosphere, and the experience is totally different in regards to how we teach the students and all of that. But when you have a growth mindset, a mindset that all things are possible. You can make this. And I like the fact that you mentioned that you are a Christian. Being a Christian myself, persons will think that we are limited in terms of worshiping or practicing our faith. And my experience here is it's totally different, and you are sharing the same thing as well. We both can go to church, we both can have our worship, whether we have it in small groups or we have it with our loved ones at home. So I would like my subscribers, my audience, to know that even though we are living in a Muslim country, we are still able to practice our faith as Christians.
And
Right?
the good thing
Yes.
about UAE is that it is a welcoming country.
Yes.
No matter what religion you have, this is a country that they preach tolerance all the time.
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
a country where the government itself is building churches for the Christians, which you
Yes.
cannot find in other Muslim countries. In this country, the government is building churches for Christians. So it's a country that welcomes everyone with open arms, no matter what religion you have. In fact, religion is not an issue here. The
Not
issue
at all.
is you coming with open mind, and the door is open for everyone.
I believe that. I believe that because the church that I'm a part of, the church was built one. I think it was by the Oman, the Sultan of Oman. He built the church that we are using. So I do believe that this country really big on tolerance. Another question that I have, and before I ask that question, let me welcome our viewers. Welcome One Love Shibi. Welcome Denise Brown. Thank you so much for joining us. One Love Shibaby. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Please forgive me if I did not do that. But thank you so much for joining. I am trying my best to work out this echo that I'm hearing or the feedback. Thank you so much for sticking around. Another question that I would like to ask you, is what are some of the benefits of teaching in the UAE?
Oh, benefits.
Yes.
I can assure you that there are so many benefits in teaching in the UAE. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a country where you have a number of teachers from the Western world. These are developed countries that their teachers are, are paid well. But the
Yes.
question is, why do we have most of them here in the UAE? That means there are things they are getting here that they are not even getting back home, even though they are
True.
developed countries.
True.
So in this country, there are a lot of benefits, which I cannot even be able to, enumerate for you. One of them is better pay. People
Yes.
always, go for greener pasture. I can assure you that UAE is the real greener pasture for teachers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and talk about healthcare. I know back home. I know back home. I would spend a lot of money to go to hospital. I've had my three babies here. I've had my three children here, and
Yes.
can you imagine that each time my wife gives birth, we don't pay a dime in the hospital. We didn't pay a dime for the three times my wife gave birth. These are some of the I can't get this back home. I
No.
mean, I can't get this back home. Even for you to visit the hospital, I mean, the healthcare system here is fantastic.
Yes.
It's so fantastic. Talk about quality of life. Talk about security.
Yes.
Someone came in from my country the other time, and I think he forgot something somewhere, and I was assuring him, "Oh no, forget about it. You're gonna get it when we get back there." And then
True.
he was, afraid I'm gonna lose this. I said, "This country, you're not gonna lose anything. Even if your wallet will fall on the streets, you're gonna get it back." So
Yes,
this
someone will bring it
security,
back to you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the security is something that when you come in here, you wouldn't even want to go back to your country anymore. You know, what am I going to talk about? Housing, accommodation. I mean,
Yes.
these are fantastic things, benefits that one can get here as the teacher. I
Yes.
know comparing it with teaching back home, I know my government is not ready to provide all this for me. As a teacher, right here, I'm staying in a three-bedroom flat. I mean, fantastic flat. Where
Yes.
else can I get this back home? I
No.
cannot. Even if, I mean, what kind of job will I be doing back home to get this kind of accommodation from my company? So these are fantastic, things that one can get here. Apart from that, sharpening your professional life. I mean, I've seen when I came in here, I came in here as a degree holder, but from that time until now, of course, you can see that I've become a doctor. You know,
Yes. So proud of you.
you're gonna meet a lot of people that will challenge you to do special things that after some years you're gonna be imagining, is this really me? So there are so many things one can benefit from teaching in the UAE.
Very good. Thank you so much. And I can relate with, everything that you said. Yes, we know that once we become international teachers, we are looking for, better salary, right? But not only that, as you said, the quality of life that we get here in the UAE, it is second to none. Not even in my own country, and I love my country, Jamaica, but I will not get this back home. Teachers are respected, yes, but we are not paid. We don't receive the benefits that we should as teachers from our own countries. When, as you said, when it comes to healthcare, just this week I changed my daughter's glasses. And when I went to the specialist, we did about 5 different tests, moving from room to room to room. And I only paid about 30 dirhams. And I know because you're a male, you will get better benefits when it comes to healthcare for your children. And we just have to give God thanks for these blessings. And you sharing your experience with others. I hope that it will motivate them to, as you said, broaden their horizon. And I must congratulate you again for receiving your doctorate. And, you are motivating me to get mine, but I think I'll just wait a few more years until my daughter finishes with university. But congratulations again. I am very proud of you, and keep achieving. Just let me say hi to our viewers again. Chef Yuva is here. Thank you for joining, Chef Yuva. And everyone in the chat, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a thumbs up as you join. And everyone, please connect with each other, okay? And as Dr. Ike mentioned, he has 3 children here in the UAE. So I don't want to keep you too long away from his family. So we're just going to move right along. And if you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat and we will get to them as soon as possible. He is also a content creator here on YouTube, and he will be telling us more about his YouTube channel, his Facebook platform, and all of that. And I know for a fact that there are many things that he has to share as it regards to his ventures on the different social media platforms. So I will be sharing his link in the chat as well as in the description box so that you can go over to his channel. But before we move on to that, there are, as I said earlier, there are so many Nigerians who would love to be here in the UAE to benefit from this opportunity. But as teachers, you're living with your family. Other than the benefits that the school provides you, how has it been living here as a Nigerian?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I understand that, yes, in every country, there are still, people who are considered to be bad people. And I can assure you that Nigeria is not exempted from that. Here in the UAE, there are still bad eggs that are, making bad names for the country. But the good news is that we still have a good number of professional people who are working here. Nigerians are all over the place. Nigerians are in the medical field, in the teaching profession, in everywhere. Nigerians are respected in this country. I must have to tell you. So don't let anyone deceive you, because I see a lot of news on flying around what Nigerians are doing over there in Dubai and all of that. But I just want you to know, do not look at those news. Look at the positive side of it, that apart from those people, there are still professionals who are being respected here. For example, in the place where I'm working, they know that I'm a Nigerian and they have seen my inputs in the company. And they have hired about, I'm currently in our campus, we have about 3 or 4 Nigerians there. So if for example, they have seen that I'm not a good person, they wouldn't have, hired more of Nigerians. So working here as a Nigerian is something, I can say it's been a wonderful experience for me. And I know that a lot of Nigerians are really making it in this country. I must have to be sincere with you. They are all over the place. Nigerians are doing wonderfully well, especially in the UAE. I must have to tell you that.
Yes, that is true. That is true, especially as you said in the medical field, because I see a lot of Nigerian doctors in the hospitals and teaching, and also engineers. I see them every morning waiting on the bus to go to, the different plants that are over on this. A lot of Nigerian engineers and doctors and teachers So I can't tell you enough how grateful I am to have you on my platform, because so many times people think that they are limited because of the country that they are from, because of their nationality. And it's not only Nigerians. I have Jamaican teachers as well. They are so negative at times that they think that they can't achieve certain things, they can't go certain places. But if I can do it, if you can do it, they can do it as well. So you are definitely an inspiration for many. And Georgia, from Georgia's lifestyle, is asking this question. As a Nigerian, what documents did you have to submit to get a job in the UAE?
Okay. Before, like I said earlier, before I came here, I made inquiries. It's always good to make inquiries before you venture or you leave your country in search of greener pasture. Always make inquiries what is needed and what you have to do ahead of time. So as at then, I made inquiries and they had told me I need to attest my original certificates and my O-level certificates and all that. So I was prepared. I came prepared. So as at then, what was needed was you have to get your transcript from your university, okay? And for you to teach here, you must have an education qualification. Your degree must be in education, and then you must be majoring in one of the subjects that you're going to be teaching. So education qualification is one thing. Previously, I know that they used to allow engineers even to teach here, but right now is no longer obtainable. So they can only recruit. I know 99% of the schools in the UAE, or 98% of the schools currently now, are going by that policy. So if you do not have education qualification, there is always something for you to do. You can get a diploma in education, which people usually run in like a 1-year course. So, and then you are good to go, right? If you are an engineer and you want to venture into teaching, so all you need to do is just to get a diploma in teaching, and that's it. You are good to go. So you will need your transcription. Your transcript attested. You will need your O-level O-level attested. You will need your degree attested, especially the original copy. Okay, original certificate, not like statement of result, because some people used to come with statements of result before. But right now, they will not require your statement of results. They will require you to attest your original certificate. Once you have all this done, you are good to go. Once you come here, you will complete the process with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here, and then that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. So all your educational documents, transcripts, all the degrees, the diplomas, if you have the master's degree, everything like that should be attested in your own country first. And then you go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in the UAE. Okay, very good. So, and I'm happy that you mentioned that if a professional holding a degree in another field other than teaching, and then they want to, transition into teaching, all they have to do is just to do a one-year diploma course. They can do that course in their home country, or is it available here in the UAE as well?
You can do that in your home country, or you can do that here as well. There are a number of, if you go to the education website of the Ministry of Education website of the UAE, you're going to see a number of list of universities that are approved by the ministry. If you want to do an online course, I know a number of friends who are currently teaching now. So what they did was they registered for an online course with most of the UK universities. I know a number of UK universities have been approved by the Ministry of Education to run a distance program. So you need to take note of that. That is not every university that they will accept their certificates here. So you need to check out, for example, University of Nottingham, I mean, I think I know about this. There are other about 5 or 10 of them that has been approved to run that online courses. So if you wish to stay here in the UAE and do that course for 1 year, that's fantastic. You can even as well be doing other jobs and still do that. And then once you complete that, then you can shift over to teaching.
Okay, very good, very good. And what I need to ask again, another question is there a Nigerian embassy here in the UAE?
Yes, we have.
Can go to?
Yes, we have a strong Nigerian community here, and the Nigerian embassy in Abu Dhabi here is very, very functioning at any time.
Oh, we don't have one here. Jamaicans don't. We don't have one here as Jamaicans at all. We do not have an embassy in the Middle East anymore. We had one in Kuwait and it closed down about 2 years now. And other than that, we do not have one. And as you mentioned, there is a Nigerian community, a very strong one. Is there any like diaspora committee here that if new persons coming from Nigeria can contact?
Yes, we have one on I belong to on Facebook. It's called Nigerians in Diaspora. So if you look out for that on Facebook, you're gonna find that group. There you'll be getting a lot of information that will be useful to you in terms of what you have to do when your passport expires, what you have to do when you want to bring in your family here. Those information that can help you to live here. In case also if anyone has got any problem, any challenge, you can always contact them, and then they can relate your problems to the embassy, and then you get sorted out.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. That's good to know. And I have another question for you from our viewers. Simple Things Outreach Media is asking, how would you compare the teacher salary scale in Nigeria versus the UAE? And we just need a scale, just a range.
Okay, I can tell you that, first of all, as a degree holder teaching in Nigeria and as a degree holder teaching here, your salary here is going to be more than 500% of what you will be getting from Nigerian salary.
Oh my word. Oh my word. That's amazing. I'm dumbstruck right now. This is amazing. So this 500%, it's like
that's
there's
the
no
truth.
comparison.
That's the truth.
There is. I know. But for us as Jamaicans, as a degree holder, I think we will get like triple the amount that we would get in our country, and you'll get more based on experience. I know when I apply for jobs, I'm usually told that your experience weighs a lot. Is that the same thing for Nigerian teachers?
Yes, here your experience, the number of years you have teaching will count as part of your salary increase. Okay, and of course I've already mentioned that at least you must be a degree holder, and that in education. So that one is already settled. So there's minimum salary for that. So what will increase your salary and add something to it is the number of years you already have. So that's an addition for you.
Yes, that's true. And Simple Things Media is saying that all Nigerian teachers must be or should be migrating to the UAE. As of today, we should have an influx of teachers. And this is why I created this platform, this channel, so that teachers can be aware of the benefits it's not about, it's not only about, oh, I don't want to be in my country, I'm going to abandon my country. No, it's not about that. You know, when you step out of your comfort zone, when you become an international teacher, there is so much that you can do, not only for yourself, but for your family members as well. You know, Georgia, Georgia from Georgia's Lifestyle, you know, and she's also a teacher here in the UAE as well, and she has a YouTube channel. So, as a content creator here on YouTube, please tell us more about your YouTube channel.
Okay. First of all, I understand that some people create YouTube channels for money-making ventures, and but I think my YouTube channel was just I had this vision of using my time to preach the gospel as a Christian. And
Yes.
I know God has given me this talent of songs. I didn't read music in the university, or even in the secondary school. I didn't. But this is just like a talent God has given me.
Yes.
I, I can play several musical instruments. I can compose songs. I can do a lot of things with music. So why would I, be in such a country? I understand that I cannot do many things I can do back home here. So
Yes.
why would I sit back and not utilize that talent God has given me? So I decided that I'm gonna use the talent God has given me to do something for Him. And what is that? So I decided to run a YouTube channel where I will be using music to preach Christ, to preach the gospel, to
Yes.
encourage people. I know that there are a lot of songs that people can listen to and they get encouraged. There are a lot of songs that people can listen to and they will give their lives to Christ. There
True.
are benefits, so much benefits one can get from music. And so I decided to run that channel in order to inspire people, in order to encourage people, in order to bring people closer to God.
Yeah.
So this is what I decided to use my free time to do.
I'm happy for that. I'm happy that you shared. I'm looking for the link for your channel because I want to put it in the chat because I know that especially my viewers right now, they are very supportive. They too have YouTube channels as well, and I know that they will support you in this. Before I share it, Simple Things is saying that the media makes it sound like all of the Middle East is at war, when life in most of that region is way better than in the West. And that is so true. That is so true. If we should, if we should, I think your screen has frozen a bit.
Sorry, I'm trying to send you the link. Do you have the link?
I'm gonna bring it up. If you're able to type it in the chat, you go ahead because
Yeah,
in this
I'll
section
just
I
send it
want
to you.
everyone to. Oh yeah, I found it.
You found it?
Yeah, I'm gonna just copy it right now. Yes, I copied it. I'm just gonna share it in just a minute. You're you're
I
you're
sent it
frozen a little.
to you again. Yeah.
You're here again. Okay. All right, I'm gonna share it right now. Okay, guys, I just shared the link. Please click on that link for me. Iyke Oti, last revival tunes. And as he's mentioned earlier, you will be able to find inspiring songs about the love of Jesus. And that is another thing that I'm grateful for. Being in this country, we can practice our faith. We can practice our religion. We can be faithful to God in spite of our surroundings. And I'm happy for that. And as Simple Things said, we can't just focus on one thing. We can't just focus on the negative that the media will put out. If people will gravitate to the negative thing, that is what the media will put out there. That is what the media will put out. If we will focus, as your shirt says, stay focused. If we stay focused on the positive things and stay focused on what is right and what is inspiring and uplifting, the universe itself will push out more of that for us. And Simple Things saying that she will connect with you. And guys, when you connect, just type Terina, just show him some support, and he will definitely know that it's you, and he will return the favor as well. Okay? And we are going to wrap up our interview. We're coming down nicely. But before we go, do you have anything that you would like to share with others? Share with other Nigerian teachers that might be interested in moving to the UAE.
Okay, I just want to put out an encouraging words to anyone out there. Perhaps you've heard a lot of negative things and you don't want to take that step. There's always a time to take the right step.
Yes.
And I believe that the time you're hearing my voice is the right time for you. I know back then I was struggling back home, even though as a graduate. But when I took the step of faith and I decided to come into this country, and I decided not to listen to anyone because they were there telling me this and telling me that, but I wasn't interested in what they were saying because I was focused on what I wanted. And having faith in God, because God had promised me that whatsoever that I will ask of him, that he's going to give it to me. So why would I believe what the people are saying? I believed in God and I knew what God could do. And I made that step of faith. And here I am today. I've achieved a lot in the last 8 years. I have achieved a lot, which I'm not going to stand here to tell you. God has been so faithful. Amen. So don't listen to anyone telling you, oh no, you cannot do this, or no, don't do this, or no. Don't listen to anyone. Listen to what God has to say about yourself. He said, wherever we go, that he's going to give it to us as an inheritance. Because the earth is of God and the fullness thereof. So you have decided to come into the UAE. So your mind should be, you are coming into the UAE and the Lord is going to give you this land, this country as your inheritance.
Amen.
There's what they call Arab money back home. They call it Arab money. It means that there is so much money in the Middle East. So why won't you become a partaker of that? So why would the people who doesn't know God partake in those, and then we that know God will not benefit from that? I don't believe in that. We should be the partakers of those. So this is what you have to tell yourself all the time. So don't let anything discourage you. If you want to go into teaching into this country, this is the best decision. In fact, a lot of people are resigning from their job and they want to come into teaching because here you will get the time to do whatever you want to do. There's no other profession that will give you that time to even do businesses or run your YouTube channel or do some other things you're doing except teaching here. So I want to encourage you, if you're thinking twice or if you are not sure about it, I'm telling you all things are possible. You need to take that step of faith and everything will work very well for you.
Thank you so much. You referred to the prosperity here as Arab money. You know, people back home would say Arab money. In my country, they say the oil money. So yes, it is here, and if we serve the one true God, we should partake in it as well. We should prosper as well. And as you said, this will be one of the best decisions someone can make, not only personally but professionally. For me personally, based on my experiences here in the UAE, this is one of the best decisions that I've ever made for myself and for my family. You know, I've seen where my lifestyle has improved. I've seen where I can do so many things, not here only here, but also back home. Because yes, we are expats. We are expats, and we know that this is not our country. It is our home. Because I tell you, anywhere my family is, anywhere that's where my heart is. This is my home for now. But as expats, we know that we have our country to go back home to. But while we are here, we are going to make the best of it. With God, all things are possible. And I do, and want to encourage others that when they are thinking about moving here to the UAE, don't let anyone discourage you. I can't even tell you some of the things that persons told me when I wanted to move to the UAE. I don't want to tell you some of the things that they said would happen to me here. And here I am, almost 5 years after, still, still living my best life. I can say that I am living my best life. And this is what, my YouTube channel is about. You know, bringing content to teachers, not only in Jamaica, but globally. That if we can do it, they can do it too. They just have to be qualified and have the right mindset to take on any challenge. So I'm very, very grateful that you took the time out. It is Thursday here in the UAE. It is the end of the work week, and this is our weekend. We usually take this time just to relax and unwind with our families. And when I asked you to join me here, you did not say no. You did not even think about it. You said yes right away. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that you are my first international teacher on my platform since I rebranded to T.E.R Teachers. And people will see T.E.R Teachers and think, oh, Terina, right off the bat. T.E.R Teachers mean trained, effective, reliable teachers who can teach anywhere. And that is what my platform is all about. Connecting teachers from all over the world. We can share our experiences. We can motivate each other. Before we go, let me just see if there are any more questions in the comment section. Welcome, Latanya. Thank you, Latan. Thank you so much for joining. Latan said, yes, the Arab money. I think this person knows what we are talking about. The Arab money is here. Let me see. All right. It's nice, Georgia. You're welcome, Simple Things. That is what we want to do. We want to connect people. We want to share our experiences. And as I said earlier, the link is shared in the chat. Please connect on Iyke Oti channel. He is a YouTuber here. He's a gospel singer. He's a songwriter. He is a professor. He is a motivational speaker. And I know he is a preacher as well. Because he is not shy to preach the gospel of Jesus, even here in the Middle East as well. We may not be able to go out in the streets as we would do in our own country, but we can use our social media platform to declare the gospel. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us, Doctor. And any last words before you go? Any last words?
Well, it's been my pleasure being on your channel this evening, and I'm glad that I was able to make it. I'm
Yes.
challenged more, and I want to say that you have been one of the persons that have challenged me also. You have inspired me. You were the one that's inspired me to start up the YouTube channel, and I want to say I like what you are doing. You are not doing this just because you want to make money from it. You are
No,
doing it
no,
because you want to inspire people.
from
You want
heart.
to help people out there, right? And
Yes, yes,
this is what God will see, and He will bless
yes,
you. Well
yes.
done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe in paying it forward. You know, whatever we don't get in monetary benefits, we will pay it forward to others so that they too can benefit from this. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, my viewers. Simple Things Outreach Media. Lutan, thank you for joining Georgia's Lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining. Chef Yuva, need to stay motivated. Murray, she baby, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your continuous support. And I know that you will be visiting his channel soon as well. I will be posting the link in the description box so that you can connect with him. And I know that he will return the favor. See you next time on another episode of T.E.R Teachers. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Thank you.